Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Cilinix Crypto. Hope you're all doing great, and welcome to this new video here on Cardano. Wanted to do a full update. It's still a little bit of a crash update after the bearish pressure we've had on Sunday and Monday, but wanted to do a brief recap of what happened and what the situation right now for Cardano is. I had to look up the fundamentals real quick because I did want to do that. But that's what we're going to do in this video, right? So if you're new to this channel, if you're interested in Cardano, I try to put out new updates on Cardano quite often, or at least often enough. Cardano hasn't really moved that much as well in the last couple of weeks, so there wasn't much to update. But right now, situation is obviously different. So let's get right into it. First of all, fundamentally, not much we need to talk about regarding Cardano. DEX trading volumes were a bit higher yesterday, but yesterday was like the volume overall was much higher. Like for Bitcoin, the volume was above $100 billion, which is pretty extreme, to be fair. So that's normal. Outside of that, there's no major fundamental developments we need to talk about. What's most important right now is the technicals for Cardano, all right? Because what has happened with the bearish pressure since Sunday is that we have dropped down below a major support level. And I'll show you the structure here for Cardano a bit. The main support level we had was this support level right here. And it's a relatively big area, but it's between like 68 cents. And then right here, 60 or 62 cents. I would say that's the main level. Below 60 cents, you actually have some other decent support levels as well. But I think this is the major level to keep an eye on. And what has happened in the last 2 days is that we have dropped down below that. Now, before that, and I did talk about this, I think on Saturday, before that, we already saw a shift in balance, all right? Cardano was able to find balance around 73 cents earlier. That balance right here shifted with the bearish pressure of Saturday the 29th. So then the balance was around 66. That was already a bearish development, right? So this, what we're seeing right now, could be the start, or at least technically it looks like the start of a clean downtrend. And then if you combine it with the technicals right here, obviously, and I'll still talk about this at the end of the video, obviously what is going to happen with Cardano is dependent on the fundamentals very much as well, right? I mean, Cardano right now is correlated to Bitcoin for 90%, and what Bitcoin is going to do is very dependent, of course, on what the stock market does, and the stock market is dependent on the whole trade war. So in that sense, what's going to happen with the trade war also matters for Cardano. But the only thing we can do regarding that is speculate, because we don't know, all right? We don't know the developments. We only know what we see right now from Cardano, and what we are seeing right now from Cardano is not great, all right? What you see is that we already had, with those balances shifting downwards, we already technically had the start of a downtrend. Now we have broken down below our last major support level with a lot of volume. And since then, we've actually retested that level right here around 60 cents as well, where we left an imbalance. And so far, we are respecting that. Volume is dropping down lower. There's no major sign of momentum coming in, so no major sign that we can reclaim that level at 62 and 63 cents, which is the best case scenario, by the way. That's what we want. We want to reclaim that level and get back into that balance where we were last week. But given the fact that there's no strength or no reason to suspect that, I would say it's most likely that we are going to respect this bearish breakdown, and that we will at least drop back down into the previous lows right here at 50 and 52 cents, but that there's even a possibility of dropping down into this major fair value gap, but also just amazing support around 45 cents. All right, that is what I think you need to be prepared for. And then, like I said, look, it's for sure not definite that Cardano is going to do this. It's just how it looks right now, all right? If we get a major de-escalation in a trade war and Bitcoin is able to reclaim 81,000, then Cardano is going to be able to reclaim 62 cents as well. So that is possible, but then we need change, all right? And unless we get that change, this is most likely to happen. But those are my thoughts. I think that's what you need to know for now. So if you do have any questions, let me know down in the comments. For now, thank you for watching. Take care and bye.